which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off!
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you? Oh!
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go, right now.
Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out!
Alright. So, hello and welcome to another playthrough of the Halo Legendary series, where I play through Halo 1 on the hardest difficulty, which is Legendary. Now, let me say right now, if I didn't instantly
we can't
move
let the monitor activate Halo.
frame
we have
1,
to stop him. We have to destroy Halo. According to my
She said
analysis of the
Halo.
available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors going critical would do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant BattleNet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
That don't look so good. Now, if I didn't move, like, frame 1 to the right, I would have instantly died, so, So, you know how I said that the last level, or maybe I've mentioned it at some point, but the last level is considered like the worst level in this game? I think that this level, I don't know if this is like a general opinion for this game, but this level is the hardest level in the game. I think this is absolutely the most brutal level in this game. The fact that I had to move frame 1 during the cutscene tells you, like, this level is not to be fucking messed with. Like, this is a brutal ass level. So basically, we got betrayed by 343 Guilty Spark, because he didn't tell us about a little certain something about the Halo ring actually destroying everything, including us, instead of just the Flood. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And this level, you literally just start off with a plasma pistol, and that's the only thing you get. And the fact that the plasma pistol can run out of battery, which is your ammo, is not good. And it's gonna be pretty... Oh, I probably get a shotgun. Well, okay, well. Let me just get close to this elite real quick on Legendary. Which is not easy to do, by the way. Let me tell you, this level is fucking brutal. There is a certain part on the stage that is going to take me at least 30 minutes to get through. And it will... Luckily, it's like the last part of the level, but it's definitely the hardest by far. They did not design this game for legendary difficulty. So it might be a little hard for me to concentrate and talk at the same time. A little walk and talk, but I'll try. Ah, this is so fucked up. If I can just get that weapon that just dropped. This is literally the first few enemies. Did the weapon fall off? Let's go. Yeesh. Already lost a sliver of health. What the? How did I accidentally do that? Actually, let me check if the recording's still going. Okay, it is. Wouldn't want to record more than an hour of footage and make sure it's not recording. That would be bad. So now he goes in his rage mode where he charges at you. Okay. Let me get through this first few bunch of enemies. Is there any weapons? I can plasma rifle. I can use that. So speaking of difficulty, did I finally get past the first tunnel of enemies? I think I did. So, speaking of difficulty, that's one thing I want to bring up. Difficulty in video games. You see how I put the game on Legendary, and this does not feel like it was designed for this difficulty so far? Yeah. It sure doesn't. Difficulty is a weird thing to gauge, because if you put a game on normal difficulty, I don't know if it's just me, but if you put a game on normal difficulty, sometimes it feels like the game is just too easy. But then if you only just slightly raise the difficulty, then it becomes way too unfair and hard. It's a tricky balance, and not something you can easily, games just don't do it properly. There needs to be some sort of unified difficulty option, but that's really hard to do considering the fact that there's different types of games, right? There are games that are intentionally difficult, like Dark Souls, for example. Difficult on purpose. Meanwhile, this is just an average first-person shooter. Well, not average, but this is just, you know, a first-person shooter, but it's not supposed to be this hard. This is not supposed to be a hard game. This difficulty just tends to make things a bit unfair in certain places. Say I play a bullet hell. That game, like, bullet hells are very tricky because sometimes someone can be really good at bullet hells, and if you put the game on like impossible difficulty, the game still feels easy. But then they can probably like suck balls at a puzzle game that a toddler can solve. Sometimes difficulty can just be boring as fuck, like artificial difficulty, where if you put it on a higher setting, all it does is just raise the enemy stats. Like, that's not fun. That's so boring. Some of my favorite games do this, like, I'd say Borderlands does that. When you turn the game to Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. I say the game is perfect as is, but when you turn up the difficulty and you introduce the OP levels and such, I found it to just be like, did that guy just kill him? Nice. I found it to just be like starting to become just artificial difficulty where all they do is just raise the stats and don't introduce like stronger, like different attack patterns for the enemies, or say different like moves or attack patterns, or I didn't hit him? Fuck, I missed.
I haven't located the crash site yet, but we need to buy some time, in case the Monitor or his Sentinels find a way to activate Halo's final weapon without the index. The machinery in these canyons are
or maybe
Halo's
just
primary
different
firing
enemies in
mechanisms.
general, like maybe
They consist of
a
three
different
phase pulse
set of
generators
enemies
that
in a set
amplify Halo's
piece that you can
signal
introduce.
and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So,
This
if
is
we
tricky.
damage or destroy these generators, the Monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Thank you, Sexy Cortana. So I'm gonna do something smart called going back for a weapon. It might be a little lame, but this level is so unfair I have to pull out all the tricks for this. So I wish games just had like a more clever way of introducing difficulty. Something like Dark Souls. Speaking of Dark Souls, I don't like the difficulty in that game, man. That game is supposed to be like... I suck. That game is supposed to be like a... Oh, it's supposed to be challenging because they're supposed to learn the attack patterns, but honestly, I find myself having more fun in a bullet hell. Having to run back all the way to the boss, only to get fucking one-shot by a bullshit move they've never used before. I hate that shit. I hate it so much. Playing Dark Souls games just makes me feel like shit. I played through 1 all the way to 3 with the DLC. I didn't even finish 2's DLC. And I just found it to be so not fun at a certain point. Like, I just wanted to get through the games, man. Like, I just don't like Dark Souls. That shit is so... It's just not for me. honestly find bullet hells to be more fair, because at least all you have to worry about is your tiny ass hitbox and just bullets on screen. That's all. That is a horrible grenade. I'm gonna do something called... No, I won't get a checkpoint if I slide down. The stage is brutal. I have to be careful about my ammo, because you only get so many bullets on the stage, because it's just full of Covenant. There's like one section where you can get normal ammo again, but majority of the stage is just Covenant. And Flood. So I need to be very, very careful. No way you saw me like that. Okay. Hopefully Elden Ring changes that opinion. One thing I really am interested in about Elden Ring is that you don't even have to fight the bosses in a specific way. You can kind of just do whatever you want. And one thing I love about certain games is the exploration. If you have exploration where some things are just optional, I like that. Having the choice to go any way you want is nice.
To reach the pulse generator in time.
I'm gonna take advantage of the rocket launcher here. That missed? Yeah, it did. Oh, I forgot there's a Wraith on the stage too. Just in case, you know, you're not dead already. I should probably use the rocket launcher for the Wraith. I shouldn't have wasted that health pack, it's fine. Honestly, that Wraith could randomly just hit me at any point. I'm really scared about that. I'm gonna deal with the Wraith. Hopefully it doesn't see me from here. Oh really? You chased me all the way up here? Oh really? Oh really? Oh really? I'd at least just watch that happen. Shh. Yeesh. That Wraith can instantly kill me at any point. Oh. See if we can deal with these enemies. This is, again, actually brutal stage on this difficulty. You just watch that happen, that's awesome. if I mentioned this, but this game is running at 30 frames per second, because if I tried to turn this game, this is the original version of Halo 1 that was released on PC back in like 2000 and... yeah, back in 2000 I think, somewhere around that time. Where if I tried to turn the game to 60 FPS, the animations, the first person animations would be locked at 30, and it just looks gross, so I'm playing this game at 30, just for the sake of that. But we will die if I shoot him once. But they're actually smart in this game, so... I could go in with the shotgun. Oh, I'm eating grenades. There's a plasma pistol over there. Maybe I can... I almost died because his dead body almost shot the gun and killed me. That's awesome. You're darker. No way. Okay. You know what's funny about that engagement? I still have to deal with the Wraith constantly barraging me. That's really, really fucking cool, dude. I think there's another health pack down that hole, so I have one more shot. I could bum rush the Banshee over there, but no way you're just gonna let me do that. No way you're just gonna let me snipe you from here. I think the Banshee's dead? Okay. Ooh. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Elden Ring. So I'm hoping that that game has a good sense of balance between being unfair and actually letting you do whatever you want. Did I deal with all the enemies here? I think so. I'm gonna get this health pack. I think it's down here, if I remember correctly. No? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Okay. I'm probably thinking of something else, or another level. Oh, 1 HP in a dream, baby. That's all I need. All I need, baby.
Good. Let's get moving. The nav point marks our target.
I have a very real chance of just dying here. There's these sections in this level, this stuff, where I basically have to camp. This is gonna be really cheesy, I know, but this is just how you have to play this fucking difficulty. This is a very cheesy difficulty. I think that guy fell off. He fell off. This is a very cheesy difficulty where I have to do some really lame shit not to die. I wish games had a difficulty that's somewhere more clever difficulty, more dynamic, not just artificial. Let's just raise the stats and hope you do good.
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to interrupt the pulse generator's energy stream. I've adjusted your shield
Cortana's
system
explaining
so that
here,
it will deliver
but
an EMP burst to disrupt the generator.
basically,
But you'll need to walk into the beam to trigger it.
when I'm walking into this,
The EMP blast should neutralize the generator, but it will also drain your shields and leave you vulnerable until
Yeah.
they recharge.
so if I enter this right now, I'm gonna be at no shields, 1 HP, and you know for a fact that 1,000,000 enemies are going to swarm this room. So there is a very real chance I'm gonna die 1,000,000 times here. In fact, I don't even know where they spawn.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The
Is this
generator's
swarm?
central core is
Or
offline.
was this
Well
flood?
done.
Is this flood? I don't remember if this is flood or not. Or it might be sentinels. Is it just sentinels? Okay, it's just sentinels. I can deal with those easily. Yeah, sentinels aren't that bad. They're not that bad to deal with. Honestly, I could probably just sneak around. You know? This is a very brutal level that I had to deal with over 100 times by now. Hopefully my knowledge of this game allows me to beat this with ease. I remember struggling on the library, but now that shit's just boring. It's not even hard anymore. Or maybe I'm just too good. This one more. Do I even have to shoot that? Yeah, I'm just dealing with it. So I can get a checkpoint. Okay. Should get a checkpoint soon. Give you another
The
banshee for some
second pulse
reason.
generator
but-
is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer.
So I'm about to play really lame here. Excuse me. But hey, at least I can try to think of something while I'm doing this. Look at the fucking fuel rods they're shooting at me. Now this is Toho. Yo, speaking of Toho, I am starting to see the appeal. I'm starting to see the appeal of bullet hells. That shit is exhilarating. You just have this tiny ass hitbox, and all you have to do is just memorize the attack patterns. I don't know, man. That shit hit different once you nail it. Once you master that shit, it hits different for sure. I've been playing a game called Robbie Ribby and Tevi, which are basically bullet hell Metroidvanias. But I think, honestly, all Metroidvanias turn into bullet hells at some point. At some point, like late game, in like when you're at least 80 or 70% through the game, I think they legit turn into bullet hells. People don't really notice it, but I swear there are bosses in normal Metroidvanias I've played, or just like Super Metroid or something like that, that this just feels like I'm playing a fucking game where I just have to dodge bullets and attack pattern and learn attack patterns. You can say the same thing about any game, of course. Give me the plasma rifle. I'm playing Robbie Ribby and Tevi, and I love those games. Those games are so fun. Movement in Tevi and Robbie. I don't know what they did to the movement in that game, but though, oh my god, those games feel so good to play.
Head
They
through that
nailed
door.
the movement.
That's the way to the next canyon.
They nailed platforming in those games. I've never played in any other platformer I don't think I've played a better feeling 2D game in my entire life. Those games feel so good to play. I could replay them at any point, and the movement just feels so crisp. And they're honestly very good starter games if you are new to bullet hells, because they kind of teach you about like certain attack patterns that are pretty common in most bullet hells. They're like the training wheels or the you know, the weighted gear of that kind of thing. Do I need to? Okay. And honestly, I had a good time playing those games the whole way through. Because again, like Elden Ring, because it's a Metroidvania, you can just not fight a boss and just go and find items to make you stronger against that boss, so you're overleveled. It's a beautiful thing. It's genius, honestly, that kind of system. Oh, this boss is just unfair and too hard? Well, you can just explore the map and just pick up items that make you way too strong for the boss. You can literally do that. You can literally do that, and it's amazing. Yeah, you're dead. You got stuck. I have an infinite supply of grenades here. I'm still on 1 HP, that's great. Honest, or if you just like Metroidvanias in general, I would say that Robbie Ribby. Well, okay, for context, Robbie Ribby and Tevi are games made by Crest Spirit, I think. That's the developer. Or Gemue. Gemue is like the developer for both those games, at least engine-wise. It's a weird thing with Tevi and Robbie. It's not like the same developers exactly or something like that. I'm not sure about the specifics, but they're basically mechanically wise and gameplay wise, they basically feel like the same game. And Tevi is like a spiritual successor to Robbie Ribby. And they're both Metroidvanias with a bullet hell aspect to it. But it's done in such a way where it's very casual bullet hell. It eases you into that kind of thing. Like, obviously, you have the map exploration, but the boss is where the bullet hell is at. But there's so many ways you can just... there's so many... It eases you into it. It's not... I wouldn't exactly consider them bullet hells. They're Metroidvania first and foremost. Like, so if you're scared of the fact that it's a bullet hell, don't worry. There are so many ways that you can circumvent that fact. It's much better than you think. I played through Tevi, the second game, on like the hardest difficulty, the second hardest difficulty, and honestly it felt easy to me. Maybe it's because I had the Robbie Ribby experience beforehand, so I basically nailed it at that point. I know how bullet hells work, but I had a great time playing Tevi. It's a very good game. It has its issues, of course. I think both games have like weak stories. The story is the weakest part of the game, of course, but I don't... Who's playing Metroidvanias for the story? Let's be honest. Who out here's like, oh yes! Yo! Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, oh man, that story though, above everything else. The gameplay, the map exploration, the music, nah, fuck that. Fuck that, the story though? I don't think anyone ever said that about any Metroidvania ever, in fact. That's one of the main reasons why I love Metroidvanias so much. Because I'm not really a big story guy. I don't really give a shit most of the time. If it has a really good story like Persona 4, of course I care, but I generally don't look forward to that when I'm playing a game. Usually I'm just like, hey, is the game itself fun? Is it? Okay. It has a... Oh, you're telling me it has a good story? Okay, but what about the gameplay, though? Yeah, okay, the graphics are good, but the gameplay, though. Literally, music and game... I don't... Would I put... I'm not sure if I would put graphics above game... Maybe not graphics. Graphics are, like, the least important thing. For me, it goes... Gameplay, of course. Gameplay. Gameplay. Then graphics. No, gameplay, music, graphics, and then story. Wait, no. Gameplay, music, story, and then graphics. In that order, respectively. In terms of how much I give a shit when I'm playing a game. If a game feels good to play, and that's the best part about the game, then by all means, I'll play that any day. If the music is like, oh shit, I ran out of magnum ammo. That's actually not good. If the gameplay is if the music is whatever, then I start to question it a bit more. If the only good thing about the graphics, then who the fuck cares? And if the only good thing about the story, the only good thing about it is the story, then that's an ultra don't care for me. I definitely put graphics and story on the lower end. I think the most important part of the game is the music and the game itself. If the other two are like the worst thing about the game, then I don't really mind that much. Unless... The only exception is when the story is aggressively bad. Like, then I start to pay attention. If the story is like whatever, it's average, it's okay, then I don't mind. I don't mind. It's okay. But if it's something like Borderlands 3, like, bro, you play that game and all your beloved characters from the previous titles are just gone, like they're just like, bro, that's so lame and makes me not want to play the game. Music and gameplay for me all the way. And you know what game some of my favorite games have? Good music and gameplay, baby. Shantae, hell yeah. There you go. If you haven't listened to Shantae music, oh my god. This shit is a banger. You should really listen to Shantae OST, specifically from Pirates Curse. So good. I love me a good Metroidvania. Probably over the years, I think my focus on my favorite games and games I like has actually shifted a lot. You know, speaking of good music, has shifted a lot. I think my favorite games were open world games and first-person shooters in the past, but now it's RPGs and Metroidvanias. You know, growing older, my tastes have definitely shifted, and to the point where I can't play any other game now. It's kind of an issue that I have. I see literally any other game, I'm like, but if it says RPG, specifically JRPG, and Metroidvania, wait, you wake me the fuck up for that. Sign me up for that. I don't care how bad it is. It got JRPG and Metroidvania. Sign me up. Man, maybe I'm just weird, man. Something happened. Something shifted. Maybe I developed some sort of disease. He shot through that tiny little crack? Oh my, that's crazy. The only exception to that fact is this is gonna be a hot take, like bad take kind of thing, but I think Hollow Knight is bad. I don't like Hollow Knight. That game feels... You know how I said that most Metroidvanias just slowly turn into bullet hells? That game slowly turns into a Dark Souls game, and you know what I don't like? Dark Souls. That game's art style is beautiful. It's a pretty looking game. I'm personally more of a pixel art style kind of guy, but I will admit that that game has a very nice art style to it. But man, I can't stand playing that game. I do not like how that game just turns into you just dying and the boss is just turning into fucking Dark Souls hell. I hate that shit. Can't stand it. Can't stand Souls-like. Please, please, for the love of God, if you're gonna make a game, don't make it a Souls-like. Please don't. Don't make a game hard just for the sake of, oh, I can call it Souls-like so people will like it. No, games are not fun just because they're challenging. Games are fun because they're genuinely fun. You know, the person can experiment and do whatever they want. I think those are the best kind of games where you can just do whatever you want, play the way you want to play. Don't just play because the game tells you to play good. You won't, like, the games are just like, oh, you better learn how to be good at the game or else you won't have fun. Like, those are the shittiest type of games for sure. You better play the way we want you to play. If you can't beat this boss, oh, that's a skill issue. Simply a skill issue. Ooh, free Magnum, okay. So for the love of God, if you're a game developer, please, please. I think no matter what game you're making, focus on the gameplay first, obviously. Make sure your game is fun. Then, depending on the game, I'd say focus on the music next. If your game has good music, music complements gameplay most, for sure. Like, look at what I'm listening to right now. Like, you hearing this shit? This shit slaps. Doesn't matter that I'm like fighting versus playing the hardest level I've ever played in a fucking FPS. This shit slaps. As long as I'm listening to a banger, I can excuse I can excuse this gameplay of me just hiding around corners. This is okay to me. And then you can focus on the story and the graphics last. Like, you know what? That's fine. Like, unless your game is like a narrative type of text-based adventure game, like a fucking like a Telltale game, then okay, obviously that needs good story. You don't want another Tales from the Borderlands situation where all the characters just say memes. The characters are just like meme characters for the sake of being meme characters. Haha, lol, funny, random. Like, that's never good. No one likes that. Whoa, whoa, hey, whoa, 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 hey, stop that. Hey, stop that. But yeah, hope the channel has been, you know, entertaining so far. I just made this channel as like an experiment as to how far my creativity can go, testing my limits, and I like where it's going so far. I think I'm starting to find a rhythm in what kind of videos I like making the most. I had a lot of fun making the Fire Emblem Engage video and the Trials of Mana video. I love making those two videos. It was so fun. you know, people love the the my balls are freezing. And the Yakuza video, I'd say the Yakuza video is like a prototype. That was definitely like a test. I was just testing with that one. I'm not so proud of that one looking back at it, but that people love that one apparently. Maybe this is just a popular game. I think it's honestly the worst. I've definitely improved from that. I mean, if you love the Yakuza video and for some reason you're watching this far and you haven't seen the Engage or Trials of Mana video, I feel like you should. Just, you know, just shameless self-promotion. Please don't fucking fuck. He held W. He held W with the shotgun and killed me. He held W with the shotgun. Fair. You got me. You got me with that one. It was all because I did the shameless self-promotion! Shameless self-promotion! Shameless self-promotion! Why did they all decide to hide as soon as I started spamming grenades? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Give me that. Okay. Shotgun definitely MVP against Flood. How cool would that have been if I didn't die a single time on this level? How cool would that have been? That would have been so cool. I'm just not that guy. Alright, fair. And just like a little teaser for future projects, I do have a Genshin video. Gross, I know, but I do have a Genshin video coming up that is going to encompass a long history of me playing that shitty game. So, years. I will say it's gonna have years worth of footage. Hundreds of hours of footage, gigabytes of footage put into that video. It's going to be slightly different from the usual experience video. I guess I'll call them experience videos. Yeah, I think experience videos are what I'm calling them now. Like the Fire Emblem Engage and the Yakuza video. It's going to be a slightly different format from that, but it's going to have the same energy, I will say. You know, just letting you know. That's going to be in the works. And I also have a there also will be a second Mana video coming up later. But that's another that project's going to take a while because I have there's going to be a section in that video that's special. So just keep on the lookout for that. No set schedule, because come on, this is Quantumfy. Do you not know the specifics of quantum mechanics, stupid? Clearly, it happens when you see it. When you see it, you'll see it. It'll just appear on your feed one day. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. God, he's gonna shoot the rocket. I see that rocket launcher. I've been killed by that rocket launcher so many. Okay. My balls are freezing. Love Xenoblade. Xenoblade 3. Should I pick up this rocket launcher? Nah, I'll do it. Actually, I will use it. Fuck this level, I don't play this level. This level sucks. This level is really, really bad. Air shot? Air shot. I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous, I don't remember what I said a year ago, honestly. That's all haze to me, but I can't enjoy... I think I did mention this briefly or something like that, but you ever had one of those... I'm not even gonna bother with that. You ever had one of those games that you loved, but you just can't go back to now? That is how I feel about Team Fortress 2. I just can't play that game now. Like, every time I go back to that game, I just can't enjoy it. The way Valve treats that game, and just like... what it's turned into, I get that the game is still like alive and well compared to other games, but man, it just doesn't feel the game. That game does not feel the same, man. It just does not hit. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. The only times I can try to have fun with that game now is just when I'm playing custom MVM or just listening to music playing jump maps. That's the only times I can really enjoy that game now. If I try to go into casual or play like on a server or something like that, it's just ugh. The thought of it just fills me with dread. I just don't like what the game has turned into with all the bots. The fact that you have to constantly leave and rejoin whenever there's a bot on the enemy team. Like, that's a common thing now. Like, that wasn't normal back then. Like, why is that a normal thing? That shouldn't be normal. We just accept that now. Like, that was like something that happened maybe a few times. Like, every year. From what I remember. And now that's something that can just happen every time you join a game. There's like a good 50% chance that happens every time you join a match. That sounds awful. These banshees are going to be a problem. I'm just going to let them do their thing while, yeah, I'm going to let them do their thing while they shoot the enemies. If you have any games like that, please, I'd be curious. For me, it's just Team Fortress 2. I just can't enjoy that game anymore. I'd say that 2012, 2013, all the way up to 2016 was like peak Team Fortress 2, because it wasn't old enough where the game was just unbalanced, but it was also it's also new enough that it had like MVM, and then it had the Love and War update, and it had Gunmetal. People did not like Gunmetal or something like that, or Tough Break, but I found those updates to be really good. I always wished for a single player campaign in those games, and that's technically what those are. Not exactly, of course, but yeah, it's just how I feel about that game. I mean, just, one of the reasons why I changed from why I left E behind. Now it's just a nickname. Honestly, yeah, I just use E as a nickname now. I'd be fine with it as a nickname. Not actual username. People just need to accept that Team Fortress 2 is just not how it's just not what it used to be, man. People are still in denial about that, man. I just don't see how you can have fun with that game when there's a good 50% chance. No, not even 50%, more like 75% chance there's like bots in your game. Last time I checked. And the only way to have fun is by playing on fucking like Uncle Dane servers. Where there's like a good chunk of competitive players that are constantly just tryharding so they can warm up for their fucking scrims or matches. That sounds like AIDS. They really should have done more with MVM. They really should. Instead of just focusing on fucking mid-ass CS2 or CSGO, whatever the fuck it's called. I still think it's a dumbass name. That is an awful name, but or Dota 2. Is there any other games that Valve even cares about at this point? I guess they've been updating Left 4 Dead. They've been updating Left 4 Dead 2 more than Team Fortress 2, which is pretty funny. I feel like every person I've known that's played Counter-Strike 2 fucking hates it, or even Global Offensive. I don't think I've known a single person that actually enjoys that game. They just play it just to play it. Like, I don't understand that. Why? Why would you play a game if you're not gonna enjoy it? That's why I stopped playing like Destiny 2, and I hate to say it, but Warframe. I feel that way about Warframe as well. I just don't have fun in that game. When everything just becomes power creep. Everything just becomes power creep and all the Warframes start to feel samey. It's either the Warframe that just does everything for you or a weapon that does everything for you. There's no real sense of challenge, and all the 90% of the missions in that game are just boring ass defense missions where you just stand still for multiple hours just for a fucking like 3% drop chance for another broken item. That sounds ugh. That's awful. Me when the gacha game has better rates than a AAA game. That's not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Bro. Why am I doing this? This is wasting my ammo. Ooh, let's not do that. What the hell? Whatever. Also, this is just like a bonus little... This is for like a very specific... For those who know. So the Sexy Pizza secret project, that's going to take a while. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even started on that yet. I'm still conceptualizing it because I'm still trying to like find a way to format that video. It's gonna be a video for sure. It was initially going to be a live stream kind of thing, but there's no way I can do that. I can't do that in the current situation I'm in. It's going to be a video, sadly, but I think I'm still conceptualizing it, the design of Sexy Pizza. Just know that it's going to be better than you think it is. I have some ideas in mind. It's still in the works, the concept phase. It's going to happen, trust me. I wouldn't lie about that. I wouldn't flake out on that. You have my word. It's just going to take some time because I essentially have to learn 3 different entire programs for that to function. So don't expect it within maybe even this year. It might just happen within the next 5 years. I don't know. But it will happen. Trust me. It will happen. Think of it as like the Germa baseball stream. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. One day. Youch! What the? Get away from me, chum. The more on this game, I said this is the hardest level in the game. It is. Trust me. The library is a level where you just stand still and do nothing. This one at least is hard as hell. But at least you're actually doing something. Like, this is a complete 180 of the library, where everything is just thrown at you at once. They pull out all the stops on this fucking stage. It's kind of gross. Because it's messed up because the next 2 levels are not even that bad. The next 3 levels, I'd say the next level is my least favorite level in the game, but at least I almost instantly died because I opened the door. What was that? That was actually unfair. That's actually crazy. I almost died like that. Is he actually shooting the ghost so I wouldn't pick it up? That's crazy. Bro. How?
Okay, let's take care of the next pulse generator.
This is gonna take a while. This is going to take a while. Well, at least I can tell you about all the crashes I've had editing the, during the process of editing, I've had so many crashes happen, specifically when making the experience videos. I need a new software. If you're curious, I've been using Sony Vegas 13 for the past, well, entire time I've been making videos. I've been using the same ass program for like over. Has it been? No, it hasn't been 10 years, but the entire time, every single video you've seen that isn't like a pre-E video has all been made using Sony Vegas 13, and that program is so shitty. It's so ass. All the changes that all the edits that I've been wanting to do, there's a good 90% chance I gotta stop saying that. There's a good chance that the program's just gonna crash. Like, it's just gonna stop working. It's awful. I really need to update that. And I also need to update... if anyone has... So I've been using this headset pair, for a while now, but it's starting to kind of suck balls. And the mic quality is obviously not that good compared to my older videos and when I'm just in calls. But if anyone has any, like, don't kill me. If anyone has any good recommendations for, like, a good headset that is good for its price, like maybe around the $60 range, $80 USB. I've been struggling to find a good one ever since my really good pair broke back in like 2016. That lasted me like 4 years. That was a really good pair of headphones that I've been trying to find, but they don't make them anymore. So I've been struggling to find a good headset ever since. It's been every single headset I've gotten since then has either been low quality like this one, or has broken within like a month. So I'd really appreciate if anyone has any good recommendations for like maybe a good USB headphones or headset. That'd be really nice. Because it has been every single headset I've seen has been a fucking, like, just like the jack. I can't stand jack headsets, man. They always suck, and sometimes it picks up the audio that's on your computer for some reason. I don't know why that happens. Maybe because I don't have a splitter. Maybe I should get a splitter. Maybe that's the problem. I'm not exactly sure how they work, but maybe I just need that. Yeah, that's the problem. I haven't been using a splitter. Bro, can you, like, not? Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't you dare hit me with that. I'm very surprised that didn't... Oh, I guess it has to hit me directly. Do I still have that rocket launcher? I think I do. But I can't really do anything with that information because the fucking Wraith is here. Well, while I'm doing this boring ass fight, you wanna hear some hot takes? I got some hot takes. I'm sick and tired. You know how everyone's sick of and tired of open worlds? I think I saw that. I'm sick and tired of roguelikes. Every time I turn on my Steam feed and I look in like the new releases, there's always either a roguelike or a deck builder. It's one of the two, or an open world like Minecraft survival. I am sick and tired of those games. Why do people like? I can't stand roguelikes. They all end up the same way. You suffer through the game, right? Until you essentially just suffer through the game until you find the broken build. That's all they always just turn into that. And I'm sick of it. Even I almost got predicted. I almost got predicted. They always turn into this like, oh, you just gotta find the broken build or else you're just gonna suffer through the game. Maybe it's just my shitty ass luck stat, where I just constantly have bad luck in games, where I just feel this way. But man, does it suck. Constantly having to replay the run over and over and over until you have a good build. Because you just got unlucky, bro. Bro, skill issue. Just got unlucky, man. No, it's skill issue. It's not bad luck. You just need to learn how to play with all the items. Nah, man, that shit is ass. I don't care what you say. Every single roguelike, you need good RNG to win. Every single one. There's very, very few roguelikes that are just like, as long as you're good enough, you can win. There are very, very few like that. I think Faster Than Light, FTL, which is pretty much my favorite roguelike, is the only one that doesn't have that issue. Actually, it kind of does. It still kind of does have that issue, but you can literally win with just the starter ship. People say the starter ship is like the best ship in that game, and it kind of is. There's a lot of ways you can circumvent the RNG in that game. Sometimes you still, even in my favorite roguelike, you still get fucked. You can still get fucked. You can sometimes just randomly lose a crew member because the game says so. And that's why you play that game on easy difficulty, because the easy difficulty is like normal difficulty. More roguelike rants. Why does every single game have a roguelike difficulty now? Why? Why does every single game have a roguelike difficulty or a mode now? Why? That's not clever. That's not original. I don't understand why every single game has to have a. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Halo roguelike in the future. That would even surprise me. I'm sick of I can't stand roguelikes anymore. I can't stand this fucking game mode. I can't stand it anymore. Everywhere I go has to have a roguelike. Why? That shit was appealing back in 2014. Like, we need to move on from roguelikes, man. The game market has been oversaturated with that shit. I can't stand it. Did you know that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 has a roguelike mode? Why? They could have added more, like, DLC characters or something like that you can play as. Or maybe another, like, DLC... like, section or challenge mode or something like that. Actually, they kind of did, but... You know what I mean? It's just... I'm sick of this roguelike shit. We need to move on. Move on from roguelikes. It's not original. It all ends up being the same shit. The appeal of, oh, it has massive replayability, bro. Yeah, man. Watching paint dry definitely has some good replayability, for sure. Yo, the way the paint drips down the wall at -1 centimeter per hour, that's some good replayability right there. Oh man, they all end up being the same shit. I wouldn't be surprised if Elden Ring has a roguelike mode. It probably will have a roguelike mode. Can we have more randomizers? Yo, why don't we just do randomizers? Randomizers are more fun than roguelike. Why? I'm just so sick of seeing roguelike. Every single game I see, it just has to have that stupid ass mode on it. It's not original. It's not. I don't care what your game has, what your game is. That shit is so boring. It's so boring to me now, because they all end up being the same thing. These are some good ice physics in this game. Yeah. I should rather just do this, honestly. So there are hunters on the right side of this part, and there's a wraith on the left side. That turret is still alive? That's insane. Wow. That's actually crazy to me. Alright, do I deal with the hunter? I'd rather deal with the hunters, honestly. A rocket launcher. Okay. Constantly need to be on your toes in this level. You breathe improperly. There's a banshee about to destroy you with the fuel rod shot. I don't have enough rocket shots for this wraith, so it usually takes 3. Probably like... Are there 2 wraiths? No. What is bro doing? Bro is just spamming. Bro is shooting at a ghost. Okay, that's fair. Well, the only thing I can do now is just shoot at this wraith right here, so... Ooh. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm dead. This is literally coughing baby versus hydrogen bomb right now. My shield is tissue paper. Real life tissue paper. There we go. All that for one wraith. What the? Okay. Nah, I'd win. Nah, that elite that. Alright, sure. I'm actually not sure what. Oh, actually, I'm not sure what happens if you blow up all the banshees. Because how do you make it to the top of the stage here? I think you just soft lock and you have to kill yourself. Okay. I'm sick of roguelikes! I can't stand roguelikes! I'm about to make a copy pasta out of that. Yo, where's the roguelike copy pasta? If everyone's sick of open world games, where's the roguelike hate? Just because it's indie doesn't automatically mean it's good. Even though every single AAA game nowadays is garbage. The only good type of games now are indie games. We live in a world where every single AAA game is just they're all so disappointing. They're all disappointments. You'd be hard pressed to find a good AAA game nowadays. It's actually crazy. Except Nintendo, but you know, Nintendo is a garbage, cancerous company that I will never support ever again. Switch 2 comes out. Can't stand that company. I constantly constantly go on. I can go on for hours about how much I hate Nintendo. I can't stand, like, I can acknowledge they make some good games, but everything else about them, actually cancer. It's actually just toxic company, like, that treat their fans like complete garbage. I don't know what you want me, what else you want me to say. They made good games, but never put them on sale for free, so, okay. So what do you want me to do? Buy your fucking $90, $80 game that's literally just Breath of the Wild, but with a new reskin? Like, what do you want from me, Nintendo? Buy your Fire Emblem Engage game that feels like a fan game? It literally, the game feels like a fan game with, like, the fucking Engage stuff. The cheesy ass story. Oh my god. I did enjoy Fire Emblem Engage, but it definitely felt like that. It definitely had that Newgrounds Flash game ass story, where it's like all the characters come together and they say engage because it's in the title, and they say, oh yo, oh my god, the Fire Emblem, we gotta get the Fire Emblem, you are the Fire Emblem. I can't believe I'm the Fire Emblem. You are the Fire Emblem. Engage. It definitely had that. definitely had that flat Newgrounds Flash game energy. They definitely got a fan of Fire Emblem to rate the story for that game. It's hilarious, and why I was able to make a video on that. Ooh, stop that. Imagine this one enemy kills me. That'd be pretty funny. I know this is lame. This is not entertaining, but you know. I'd rather do this than having to replay the entire fight over again. There we go. Okay, should be good now. I'm gonna see if there's any weapons on the ground here for me. Yeah, pause pistol. Whew. Speaking of garbage ass Nintendo, who wouldn't hesitate? I don't know which one's worse. Which one's worse, Nintendo or Disney, when it comes to, like, copyright stuff? I honestly don't. I think Nintendo is the Disney of the video game industry. For sure. Overly protective about their IPs, and would not hesitate to shut down a hospital meant for donating, like saving kids from cancer. They wouldn't hesitate. If it was called, like, if the hospital was called Mario Hospital, oh, you know they would shut that shit down instantly. Nah, we can't have Mario representing the donors, the hospital for saving children with cancer. No, we gotta shut that shit down. We can't have that here at Nintendo. We need to make sure that Mario is ours. Your son is named Mario? Nah, we need to execute him right now. Nintendo ninjas? On his ass. I legit feel that's how the meetings go at Nintendo. Like, they see something related to Nintendo. They see a fan game. Nah, we gotta shut that shit down. We gotta hunt them down, boys. You get marked. Like you're like you just killed John Wick's dog. Oh, you're getting hunted down by Nintendo now. You're getting hunted down by John Wick Nintendo. John Nintendo. Real. Are there just rocket launchers? Oh, that's kind of crazy. Alright. What was I gonna say? Sorry, I hate Nintendo. What was I gonna say? Oh, Smash. I'm not sure who I want for the next Smash game. I think we definitely need to remove characters from the current roster. I think the current roster is garbage. Wow, everyone is here except all of them are lame as fuck to play, and all the cool characters suck. That's what Smash Ultimate's turned into. You got characters like Steve, the best character in the game. Really? We got Steve? Why? Why is Steve this ugly-ass block character? Ugly character whose animations don't even look good. His animations look so unfinished. I can't stand Steve. We got this lame-ass character who has to be he just happens to be the best character in the game. Why? Why are we at that point in Smash? Why can't we have cool characters like Fox or something like that? Well, actually, no, that's not true. Why can't we have cool characters like, say, Mennonite? Yeah, he's already cool. He's already was the best character. We can't have that again. We can't do that. Yo, why can't... Yo, how about we have Luigi as the best character in the game? How about that? But give him, like, a grab that doesn't kill you at, like, 0, or... Just rework the entire cast, honestly. Just rework the entire cast.
One more to go.
Yo, we need to Don't do that. I knew that was gonna happen. I start here? This is the checkpoint? Oh, that's crazy. Okay. That's insane. Yo, we need to rework the Smash roster. I think take out 50% of the roster, and then completely change the moveset or playstyle of the rest of the characters that are left in. Keep in 50% of the DLC. Keep in like the fan favorite DLC characters, right? Keep in the fan favorite DLC characters. No one likes Steve, so you can take him out. Like, I think they should have some of the character. If the gimmick of Smash Ultimate is everyone is here, okay, you can do that for Smash Ultimate. But for the next Smash game, we need to completely rework the game. Like, honestly, have an actual real single player mode, like Subspace. Bring back certain modes. Bring back missing modes from like Melee, like the target mode. I don't know why they took that out. Rate the targets. Bring back all the good things about single player. Don't only appeal to the competitive crowd, right? Or actually, you know what they could do? They could add like a setting, like a knockback setting or something like that. Like make it, oh, you can have a setting, make it feel more like Brawl, or make it a setting, make it feel like Melee. That'd be kind of interesting. They need to completely rework the way that, like, basically every character plays. Because right now, every character has some sort of weird-ass gimmick or cheese to them that is so annoying. It's just not, like, it sucks.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
This is what I was trying to do, by the way. Keep Mario, obviously, keep Luigi, keep Peach. Make Daisy like a separate character. I think every single Echo Fighter except the lame ones, give them like completely different movesets. Take out like every Fire Emblem character except Marth, of course, obviously, and then like I guess you can have like the most recent Allier, you can have the most recent Fire Emblem character, sure, to promote that new game, sure, you can do that, whatever. Like, there should be at max like 3 or 4 Fire Emblem characters. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be there should not be the option to play a whole game with just the Fire Emblem cast. That should not be a thing that's happening that you can do. We can't do that. That can't happen. I'd say leave in Marth, keep in, and have like the newest Fire Emblem character. Sure, do that. And then I don't know. And then I'd say take out Byleth. I don't. You know, honestly, you can. Byleth can go. Take out. I'd say take out Corrin. You don't really need Corrin. Let's be honest. We don't need Corrin. The only reason why people like Corrin is because obviously we don't really need. Oh shit. Reese?
Fuck.
We don't really need Roy. Actually, no, we don't really need Roy. He's just opposite Marth, let's be honest. Sure, you can keep Lucina. Keep Lucina, but like, don't make her just Marth without a tipper. Like, make her actually unique. Make Lucina actually unique, Marth. And then I guess you could keep like Ike for the heavy aspect of it. Like keep him because he's like a heavy, of course.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Yeah, you can keep Ike. I'm okay with Ike, honestly, staying in. So you have Marth, Ike, Lucina, and then the newest Fire Emblem character. I think that's a fair compensation from what I'm suggesting. I don't know. I think most would agree about that, right? I think most would agree. Give every Echo Fighter a unique moveset, obviously. And there you add real single player mode, like Subspace. And there you go. You have your peak Smash game. Are you serious right now? Yo, okay. Bro, frame one shot me with that, huh? Alright. There's nothing I could do about that, by the way. Like, if they shoot the rocket launcher, they shoot the rocket launcher and I die. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, you know what? Give me the rocket launcher. That. Why are there so many rocket launchers?
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
When this is the strat for legendary, this is the strat for your level. Just hide. Run and hide. How did this guy even get there? What the? Can I do this? I don't even know if that works. I'm not sure how the AI works exactly. Please don't be a rocket, please don't be a rocket, please don't be a rocket, please, for the love of God, please don't be a rocket. Please, for the love of God, don't be a fucking rocket. I'm begging you. Okay, I think I got everyone. This is just one. This is just the second one. I think there's one more after this at least, which is this. This is like the second half of this level is not easy. The second half of this level is really bad. It's not good. It's not good. Is there any sort of weapon here? Whatever. Country boys make do. The tunnels below.
I've located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. The systems on the Pillar of Autumn have failsafes even I can't override without authorization from the captain. We'll need to find him, or his neural
This is
implants,
gonna be a
to
lame
start
ass
the
part. I'm
fusion
just gonna say
core
that right
detonation.
now. This is going to be
That
lame.
tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse
I'm gonna
generator
have
we
to do
need to
this.
destroy is through there.
I could technically fly through this tunnel, but there's a very, very, very good chance that I just die instantly from like a rocket, like a spare rocket, because obviously you gotta have flood with just rockets. You know, that's how it is. You gotta have flood with rockets on them. Ooh. Stop that. What? That rocket's not gonna hit me. If I got shot by a rocket from that far, that would be fucked up. That would be messed up. Grade A cheese. Obviously it's still alive now. Me when I'm shooting at pixels for an hour? Yeah, it's essentially what I've been doing. If I make the mistake of not shooting at the pixels constantly, I instantly die. That one had a rocket launcher. Actually, there's multiple rocket launchers. If you see, you know, if you see the white pixels, yeah, they have a rocket launcher and they can instantly kill it now. I think no matter what difficulty you're on here, that would instantly kill you. I didn't even know that one had a rocket launcher. That's cool. Can I get a checkpoint? Can I get a checkpoint? I don't know. I guess I'll grab the rocket launcher, why not? I think that's... Hopefully the tunnel is safe. I doubt it. I'm probably gonna die instantly. Probably should have grabbed another Banshee. Okay. Do I stay with the... I don't remember if there's more around the corner. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there absolutely is. The Banshee's gonna blow up anyways soon. Let me take the ghosts. Actually, there's a ghost back here. I wonder if... So... I have a... you know, obviously everyone has their favorite games, but... It's hard to... If you put your favorite games in, like, a top 10 list, like, oh, what are your top 3 or 5 games? It's kind of... It's really hard to quantify that. It really is. Like, if you go back and think about, I like this... this favorite game was better than this favorite game. But was it, though? Was that just nostalgia talking? Was it just because of recency bias? It's a tricky thing to really think about, because did you really like that game, or was it just fun, right? I have this kind of I have a kind of theory or whatever, but whatever you want to call it, that there are fun games and there are good games, right? Sometimes a game can just be fun, and sometimes a game can just be good. There is a clear difference. Fun games are games I would consider, like, something that was only... Fun games are games that are only good in short bursts. So, something like Lethal Company is a fun game, but in the long term, I wouldn't consider it a good game. Because I played Lethal Company for like a few hours with mods, and even I found it to like start to become boring because all the gimmicks and like, oh, surprise factor wore off very quickly in that game. It was very fun while it, like, when that short period of time, but it quickly fell off. That's why I would consider that a fun game, not exactly a good game. Or like Destiny 2, for example. That is a fun game because the gunplay in that game is exceptional. Like, at the end of the day, it's still made by the Halo developers, Bungie. But you know, you actually sit down and play that game, and then it starts to become fucking garbage because there's so many mechanics and stupid things outside the gunplay that ruin it completely. That just completely fuck over that game. It's awful. It feels like shit to play. That's I would also consider a fun game, but not a good game. A good game is a game that's genuinely good and fun at the same time, no matter what. So, come on, do these have rocket launchers? I'm actually kind of scared about that. I may have just wasted 2 rocket shots, but it's fine. So, going back on the favorite games, it's hard to... I made a list of like my favorite games, but even then, I can't even remember all the games I've ever played, right? It's very hard to make a list like that. Whether it's because of, like, did you really like that game because it was nostalgic, or was it because of recency bias, because you remember it the most because you recently played it? It's hard. These enemies were not there 2 seconds ago. You like that? That's really cool. I'm gonna stay back. So, like... So here are my favorite games of all time, right? I can tell you my top 3. I can tell you my top 3. So, it goes from Wind Waker, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Then it goes to... Persona 4 Golden. Wind Waker, Persona 4 Golden. And then... Number 3 is tied between this game, Halo 1, and Breath of San Andreas. Yeah, either GTA San Andreas or this game. I don't know which one. That's like a debatable top 3 or third spot. I don't know which one's better. Because I remember playing. I played San Andreas a lot when I was younger. Yeah, video games corrupted my brain. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I turned out to be very, very violent because of that. And then, but every time I try to go play San Andreas now, I don't really get far because I already know what happens, and it's open again. It's because I don't like open world games now. I don't really play that much FPSs now, so do I really like Halo 1, or is that just the nostalgia talking? Because this is another one of my childhood games. Like, I played a shit ton when I was a kid, but nowadays it's like, oh, the Halo series is like, oh man, it fell off hard after Halo. After Halo Reach, that shit fell off hard. So I don't even know if that's my, like, third spot anymore. Maybe there's maybe Celeste. Like, Celeste is one of my favorite games of all time as well. But would I consider that like a number 3? I don't know. I think the more memorable a game was for you, no matter what, like if you remember the cons and the pros of a game, the more fondly you remember of it. And not just the rose-tinted glasses part, like you still remember the bad stuff, but if you still remember that game fondly, looking back at it and you smile, I'd say that was one of your favorite games. If you still remember it years later, like I'd say give it like 3 to 6 months, and if you still remember that game, like you just played it yesterday, I think you liked that game, right? And depending on how much you remember of the game that you liked so much, I'd say, oh, this is the hardest part of the mission, by the way, final run. Yep. Depending on how much you liked the game, it might just be in your top 10, maybe even top 3. Persona 4, one of my favorite games of all time, top 3, easily top 3. I know, I can say that with certainty. I'd say most of my favorite games are games I constantly reference all the time. Games I constantly reference are some of my favorite games of all time. Years later, years after the fact that I played them. Don't you dare get away from me, scum. You are scum. Team Fortress 2 is, as much as I say I can't enjoy that game, it is still one of my favorite games. I don't know if I put it in my top 10 anymore, but it is still in my favorite games, for sure. Where'd that Banshee go? Did I blow it up? The fuck? Where'd that Banshee go? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Bowser's Mario and Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story. That's one of my favorite games of all time. Easily. I played it actually fairly recently, and yep, it's so good. Yep, I definitely put that in my top 10. Pokemon Black and White. As much as the Pokemon series sucks balls nowadays, Black and White was the absolute peak. Gen 5 is easily the best Pokemon there ever was. The power that's inside. Easily Gen 5 is the best. And Black and White is so good. The music from Black and White, oh my god. Going back to the good music, man. Is that a rocket launcher? Don't you dare, don't you dare. You want it.
Fuck.
The music from Gen 5, oh my god. So good. I think that's the only Pokemon game where there's actual unique low health music. As far as I'm aware. That game's so good they got low HP music. Like, they didn't even need to have that, but it does. And it's the only one with actual animated sprites. Like, they didn't have to go so extra for that game, but they did. This one guy's gonna kill me. Yeah, he did.
Fuck.
I put Celeste in my top 10 for sure. Robbie Ribby in my top 10. Somewhere in there. And then like, why did that elite go after me for no reason? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? What the fuck? Whatever. Terraria? I'd say Terraria, yeah. Terraria is a top 10 for me. I still go play. I still do my annual Terraria playthrough. That still happens. Am I gonna take fall damage from this? Yep. But again, is it because of recency bias? I don't know. I think the fact that I still play Terraria to this day and still fully enjoy that game, yeah, I'd say it's one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, it's actually so good that they all blew each other up. That's actually really good. Alright. Nice. And now they're gonna go after me! I'd say Chrono Trigger's up there, obviously, Chrono Trigger. But I don't know if I put Chrono Trigger in my top 10. I played it once, right? I really enjoyed Chrono Trigger, but is it in my top 10 though? Yeah, I don't know. I do remember a lot of stuff from Chrono Trigger, so maybe it is. Am I gonna... He's gonna hold W on me and shoot... Okay, there you go, jump rock launcher. I put Robbie Ribby in my top 10. I fucking love that game. That game feels so good to play. Holy. I would put yeah, it is my top 10. I think my top 10 consists of mostly JRPGs and Metroidvanias, so there you go. I guess it lines up, right? With what I feel about most of the games I enjoy nowadays. It lines up. But a weird one is Outer Wilds. Now, I never... Outer Wilds is a weird conundrum because I watch someone play Outer Wilds. I watch people play that game, and even though I never played it, it's like if I played that game, I think it would be one of my favorite games of all time. But is it fair to say that's one of my favorite games, even though I've never even played it? I've never even touched the game. I've never launched the game. But it's that type of game it's a very narrative game. So if you play it, if you experience it the first time, you get everything all brand new. It's one of those games, right? If you play it a second time, the first experience, it's definitely going to be worse than the first time, for sure. But the fact that I watched someone play, like, I feel like if I did actually play it, it would be one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know. Does that count? Because the mystery of that game really intrigued me. And what happens and the plot twists and all that. Am I allowed to say it's one of my favorite games? Because even though I never even touched it, I don't know. I guess it technically, I don't know if I would say that. I don't think so. I'm leaning on the no. Because, bro, you didn't even play it. You just watched someone play it. So I don't know about that, but... You still get the same experience as playing it, though. It's a narrative game. It's a weird thing to think about. I'm actually gonna need the rocket launcher, but I'll use the sniper rifle. I'll come back with rocket launchers. This is simply cool. What I'm looking at right now. Two guys with RPGs. Actually, I think they all have RPGs. That's really cool. Oh yeah, I put. Oh yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Three Houses, yeah, up there too. Your favorites. But now I have too many favorites, so it's just games I've played. It's just games I played in the past few years. Bruh. Oh, could I have sniped them right then and there? Probably. I never tried it. That was an awful snipe. That was an awful snipe. Alright, this is the hardest part of the mission. This is easily the hardest part of the mission, and this is gonna take me a while. It's gonna take me a long fucking time. Yep. Well, while this is going on, you can watch them fight each other. Wait, is there a Wraith going after me? Okay. I'm just gonna stretch so I save my ammo. I've been playing Breath of the Wild recently. And it's a weird feeling, because I played Genshin. if people say that, you know, Genshin clone, or I'm not, Genshin is the clone of Breath of the Wild, but honestly, hot take, Genshin actually does a lot of things better than Breath of the Wild. I'm like a good 30%. I'm like 30% done with Breath of the Wild. I did one of the Divine Beasts, and I'm just about to, where I'm at right now, I'm currently just about to fight, where I'm at the desert, the Gerudo place. I've watched people play Breath of the Wild, so it's not really a new experience for me. I know what happens and all that, so it's not actually blind. But it's still a new, it's, you know, I can play that, it still experience everything on my own. Plus I have mods on it. But, yeah, Genshin actually does things better than Breath of the Wild. It's actually kind of funny. Like, the weapon breaking system, I get why it exists, but it's still annoying as hell. No one actually likes it. No one actually likes constantly having to change your weapons. Like, that's the annoying part of it for me. Having to constantly switch your weapons every time and they break within 3 hits on just like any enemy. That is so ass. That is such a bad mechanic that they could have implemented better. Like, I feel like there could have been a way to implement that better. Like, Or at least give the player like an infinite use weapon that they can always rely on. Like I feel like you should have gotten the Master Sword right away, but make it so that like it does like almost no damage. It's just in your inventory, and as the game goes along, it gets stronger and stronger. Like you find upgrades for it, and the more you can like, there's like a skill tree for it or something like that. Maybe something like that, a little quirky. You know, it's a little quirky. They could have done that for the weapon durability system. Just having to waste all your enemies on one enemy feels so bad. It feels so bad. Another thing I think Genshin does better, I think the combat in Genshin genuinely is better than it literally just straight up better. Oh, this race is like, what happened? What hit me? The elemental combat system, the elemental reaction system, I should say, in Genshin is it's genius. It's actually so good. I think it's blown up. Okay. Wait, is it? I actually can't tell. I love the elemental reaction system. It allows for so many creative and unique things. Oh, what? It's not blown up? That's actually... what? There we go. I think the story is better. I think the story is better. I think the music's better. Graphics are tied. They both have their own unique art styles. Obviously, Genshin is more anime. I do love Breath of the Wild because it uses that cell shading that Wind Waker has. So maybe I chalk it up to a point for Breath of the Wild there, in terms of graphics, simply because of the art style. But they both have their own unique art styles, obviously. There's a reason why some people say, like, Genshin art style. People were saying Fire Emblem Engage has a Genshin art style for the characters. I could see it, but like, it's just anything anime is just automatically Genshin art style? I don't know. So what have I said? Genshin has better music? Story? Okay, like dead ass though, like a hot take, Genshin does have better story. Like post Inazuma. Post Inazuma Genshin, like Sumeru and Fontaine genuinely has better story than Breath of the Wild. I actually think that. I'm just being serious about that. Wait, is this sniper ammo? I don't remember. Is it? No, it's not. I like how there was a pelican here and it's just for some reason gone. Yeah, there's supposed to be a pelican there, but for some reason it's not there anymore. I don't know why. Someone like moved it apparently. Yeah, the mover's like, oh, you can't park here. Hey, you can't park here. Hey, get the shit out of here. Hey, you can't park your pelican here. Get that shit out of here. I think shield surfing in Breath of the Wild is cool. But then they break if you do that. They break if you try to do that. I think the shrines are actually the best part, obviously, about that game. Yeah, the shrines are the only thing that game has over Genshin. Genshin has like these domains. Oh right, I forgot about this. Genshin has these domains that are like one-time use, and they kind of are like the shrines from Breath of the Wild, but they're so far and few in between, and they're so short that it doesn't matter. Like you forget about them very easily. I wish Genshin had more of those. And then the what are they called? The powers of the Sheikah powers, right? Cryonis. I mean, that's basically like cryo and like hydro. Genshin does that better. It does it better because there's more unique things you can do. I mean, I wish there was more things you can do, like with pyro and like Geo has the Geo constructs, which is pretty cool, and Animo has the movement. I wish there was more things you can do with pyro besides light torches and electro. Electro doesn't have anything besides making water electrified. That's about it. That guy double died. He had to get hit by the rocket launcher first, and then get blown up by a grenade to die. Bruh. So overall, I think I actually prefer Genshin more. I don't... People say Genshin is just Breath of the Wild clone, but it literally does things that are better than Breath of the Wild. I don't know, man. So far I've been enjoying the most important part of the game more than Breath of the Wild, which is the exploration, because your fucking weapons don't break constantly. And I've been playing the game with mods too. You know, things are not supposed to be in the base game. I've been playing the game with mods and it still feels worse. Like, I don't know, man. This is probably the worst take I ever had, but Genshin do be kind of better. One thing I'll give Breath of the Wild is the shrines. The shrines are generally fun. Even though I have a mod that makes them, like, way worse, I still feel like the shrines are the best part of the game, for sure. Easily the best part of the game. Even the world feels more empty than Genshin. Why is it like that? Yeah, even down to the world. That's kind of, like, concerning. That is really concerning that I feel this way about Genshin. That's a spicy take, but you know what? You know what? I'm owning up to it. I think so far I think Genshin is better than Breath of the Wild. Maybe I'm biased because I played Genshin first. Maybe I'm biased. I guess you can call me biased, sure. Say I'm biased, but at least I'm being honest, you know? I'm actually being honest about that. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, because it's Breath of the Wild, it's one of the greatest games of 2000. It's one of the greatest games ever made. You think a gacha game is better than Breath of the Wild? Are you crazy? That's cringe. Oh my god, somebody tie this guy up. He needs to go to prison for that take. Actually diabolical take. Bro needs to go to hell for that one. Yeah, but when you really think about it, am I wrong though? Am I wrong though? I don't know if I'm wrong though, if you really think about it. I've played both games. I'm not saying I hate Breath of the Wild. I've been liking Breath of the Wild, obviously, because it kind of has that Wind Waker vibe to it. But Genshin better? Genshin better? I think Genshin better, man. I deadass think that. Yeah, that's a spicy take. Oh well. Don't clip that out of context. I think both games are great. I think both games are really good, but I've been enjoying Genshin more overall. And it's not even because of bias. I'm like literally thinking about it. I'm thinking about it objectively. I think Genshin's music is really good. I think the combat, it genuinely feels better in Genshin. Because there is no funny physics. The physics are the only funny thing about Breath of the Wild, but that's about it. I think the story, like, I don't even know what the story is. You just find okay. you end up in a cryopod and you're supposed to solve the mystery of why the kingdom fell over 100 years. I get it. I get why. I get it. But like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's just stop canon. Like, that's what the story ends up being. It's not really new or unique. It just ends up being save the princess, stop Ganon. That's it. At least Genshin has that like whole thing with the Abyss Order and like the fucking... They introduced like... There's stuff like outside of Teyvat. Apparently Teyvat is like a simulation world. What the hell is going on there? Archons aren't really like the gods of this place. Celestia. You're still trying to find your fucking sibling. Whatever happened to that subplot. Whatever the hell's going on with Dainsleif. I don't know what is going on there. Like, there's so many cool things in the story. I think the story's better. I'm just thinking about it like that. Like, there's so much mystery to Genshin's story. There's so much lore tied to it. It's really cool. Oh shit, I ran out of ammo. Well, there's like 4 elites and I have to to take care of all of them. That's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. They literally spam elites. Like, what am I supposed to do about this? Hope? I'm supposed to dead-ass hope that I hit them. And they lose their shields. This is what I'm playing right now. Yeah, it's gonna take a while. There's still 2 hunters back there. You see that? There's still 2 hunters. What am I playing? This mission was not designed for this difficulty. Why? Why did they think this was okay? Me when I have to rely on Needler to do damage. I almost died. Yeah, by the way, if I die, I have to do this whole thing over again, so that's a really neat feature. There we go. All that just so I can get to these 2 banshees. I hate this level. I hate this level on Legendary, man. Oh my god. I can only imagine how long that entire section took. Jesus. Well, this is the final part of the mission, so... It's just me getting to this waypoint, and that's about it, really. So... There's just one more thing. Obviously there's sentinels I have to watch out for. There's more? There's more? Maybe more. Grab the shotgun. Nah, I'm gonna grab the rocket launcher. I don't need it. There we go. Took out like a good chunk of them. Yep. Okay. I think that was all of them. Man, I'm too good for this game. Well, if I remember correctly, this is the final part of the stage, so I hope you have a good day, and nice little annual channel checkup on the Quantum Fire channel. Hope you have a good day. April Fool's, stupid! It's still
Final
going!
target neutralized.
It's
Let's get
still
out of here.
going! You thought it...
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.